Hey everyone, this is Borvok. I am reviewing issue number 2 of the new IDW Sonic the Hedgehog book. 10 seconds ago, I finished reviewing number 1. I was going to do these in one video, and I'm not doing them in one video because I cannot stop talking. I talk for too long and ramble too much, and it takes up too much time, so this has got to be split off into its own video. But we'll jump right in. It's issue number 2, following up from the previous issue. Got a different artist this time. It's Ian Flynn. Oh, just to cover before that, I left the comic shop I went to, my local comic shop. Which by the way, apparently there used to be 3 or 4 comic book shops in the area over the last few years. That was 3 or 4 years, maybe only 3, maybe 4, and they've all consolidated into just one shop now. So they've all but one have gone out of business, and they've all consolidated into one. I'm not going to say that's related to all the SJW stuff. I don't know the timeline on that. That might just very well be just decline of print media. I don't know. I think it's sad, but I'm finally supporting my local comic shop. I used to go all digital with the Archie books. Now with IDW, especially with the relaunch, I want to own floppies of these. I want to hold on to them, get the trades, and pick up Ethan Van Sciver's stuff. Pick up whatever other good stuff I find too. I like that idea. So what I wanted to show, I kept the other one. They bagged and boarded these. That's what I was going to say. See how I ramble? They bagged and boarded these for me, but I did not re-bag and board my old one because I want to show you guys. The first 4 issues, as an apology to Sonic fans for canceling the Archie book, uh, I guess IDW doesn't have anything to apologize for. But to placate fans, I suppose, Sega canceled the Archie book and gave it to IDW. That's not IDW's fault. But to placate Sonic fans, the first 4 issues are coming out the 4 weeks of April. So 1, 2, 3 is coming out this week, and then 4 is coming out the week after that. But they're all doing connecting. All 4 of them are going to connect. You see how the little loop-de-loop connects there? It's all one big picture, so that's pretty cool. I also like, this is clever here. You got Sonic. He's doing the finger. Not the other finger. I'm not going to do that. But he's doing the pointer finger. He's saying, "Hey, what's up?" But it can also be understood to be, he's saying it's issue number 1. That's his little wink, nod and wink at the fan base there. There's Coconuts up there. I like him. He's from the Sonic 1, I think. Enemy snuck him in there. Over here, he's doing 2. He's doing a piece, but it's also, a nudge and a wink. It's issue number 2. So I thought that was clever. That was cool. Good art. So we have a different artist this time. We've got Ian Flynn still, my boy. Um, no disrespect. We've got Adam Bryce Thomas. I know his name. I don't know why I know his name. He must be from the Archie group. Again, I'm not good with names. I read the books. I enjoy the books. I don't always tend to pay attention. I want to going forward. But, different letters. I don't see the same colorist as last time. Adam Bryce Thomas might be doing the colors too. See, that's not something I would even pay attention to, but I'm videoing this, so I guess I'm paying attention. So we've got a thing. It starts out with Sonic, and the art is different, but it's still good. It's, he's running off to the next town. We know from the previous issue. He's fighting this big robot. I like these mad arcs of energy. His feet, normally, and I like this too, but let's see. Let's bring out the first issue again. See, he's usually drawn like this in the comic books. This is how Tracy Yardley is a big deal. I think he was brought on at the same time Ian Flynn was brought on. I'm not even going to guess how long ago. A long time ago, multiple years ago. For the Archie books, and they brought Ian Flynn and Tracy on at the same time. And no offense to the people who came before them, they were great. A lot of people liked them better. But when Archie decided they wanted to do something different, they brought Flynn and Yardley on at the same time. I believe, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but it was a marked difference when these 2 guys got on. And a lot of people thought it was a marked improvement. A lot of the art before then was more anime. It didn't look so much like the Sonic games. It was very anime, very fan art. Um, Tracy does a very Sega Sonic. He's got his own style, his own drawing, but this is very fitting with the how he looks in the games. This doesn't look like some furry deviant art Sonic, which again, nothing against that. It's very Sega. Tracy, I guess what I'm trying to say, to me, he is Sonic Comics visually. Ian Flynn is Sonic Comics story wise. Tracy Yardley is Sonic Comics visually. And there are other guys too. He was brought on at the same time as Flynn, so just the duo there. He's not the only artist. Ian isn't the only writer. There have been a few others who pick up a few little storylines here and there, but he is the big main. You know, he's got other fill-ins, other people telling stories every once in a while, but he's the guy setting the stage, telling the stories. I hope IDW is not just bringing him on to you know to set things up. I hope they're keeping him on. I hope they're keeping him on as the main writer for a long time, for as long as he wants it. That would be my wish. I like what he does, and he plays well with others. You bring other people to do a story here and there, and he fits it right in. But so basically, what I'm trying to say, Tracy Yardley. Oh, who's the other guy though? Tracy Yardley, Patrick Spaziente. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but he goes by Spaz, I think usually. At least that's how he signs his stuff. Yardley, does he sign? I don't think Yardley. These are not Yardley covers, but Yardley always signs his name Yardley with an exclamation mark. So he's Yardley. He's not just Yardley. Um, Spaziente always signs his name with Spaz. So he is, to me, on the same level as Tracy. Again, Tracy and Ian started together. I think maybe all this is wrong. Just delete this video, correct this video. But Spaz is a big deal too. I don't want to elevate Yardley at the expense of the other artists. Spaziante is great. There's other good ones. Again, I'm just about to compliment the artist doing issue number 2 here, Adam Bryce Thomas. I don't know why I know his name. I do. He's probably with Archie. That's not Adam Bryce Thomas is not going to be watching this. But if you are Adam or someone who knows Adam or someone who's going to tweet out at Adam, me not knowing your name is not a bad thing. That's perfectly fine. I recognize your name. I don't know who you are. I hardly know what the president is. Don't worry about it. So sorry. See, I'm getting distracted. What I want to show, this is the normal way. This is the Tracy Yardley way. Tracy Yardley is, to some extent, what Sonic comic books are visually. He draws these kind of arcing. He draws that very substantial spinning spin dash sort of thing, and he does that again. Where's Tails? There's that sort of thing with Tails. Very tornado-y, very that. Even when Tails and Sonic spin dash together, that's not so much. You can tell the two apart. But you see the very substantial, very figure 8, very circular, very buzzsaw. That's how Yardley does it, and I like Yardley. But I also like this just mad arcs of energy. This is not buzzsaw. This is not predictable. This is just madness. And I like that. I see a little bit of touch of this, almost seems kind of more Animu than Yardley, but this is good in its own right. I like it. You see him, he's doing that speed boost where he's going so fast. He's almost got an aura around him where it's pushing. And the energy that he's generating from his speed, he's able to run on the water. He's so fast, and he's pushing the water and the particles. Anything that would hit him is being pushed away. Just the force of the speed that he's doing. That's Sonic can do that in the games. That's pretty cool. So he's got this is still very Sonic CD, very Sonic, very Animu. But still the art style still fits into something that would be in the game. So he's smash, he jumps up, and he just charges up a spin dash and just causes this thing to explode. It looks like he just dashes across it with his sharp quills, and boom, that's gonna rip it apart. And then he jumps down. You see that he jumps down, and this is sideways. This isn't, you're looking up at this thing, and he just dashes into that with his feet, and then it looks like, I can't tell if he jumps up again. I guess he does. He jumps up again, but he's leaving an impact. So I don't know if he spin dashes first and then jumps, or that's just the force of his jump. But you got a nice little. I'm told this is a one-off character, but I really like her. That little bushy, that's cute. That is more design than, again, not to. I'm gonna sound like I'm negative on Yardley. I love Yardley. Yardley is Sonic Comics visually to me, among other people as well. But these are generic custom characters that you could create in Sonic Forces. No, not really, but it looks very similar to something you could create in that generic sort of character creator you had in Sonic Forces. And this, a lot of design went into that. And again, I think that was the effect that Yardley wanted to go with in issue number 1. He wanted these characters to look like they were custom. I'll give you a visual again while I'm talking about something. I'm going to ramble forever. This is I'm not a fan of this, but this is, I think, what he was going for. This is probably what Ian wrote in the script. Generic custom characters from Sonic Forces. We're going for a Sonic Forces feel. These are the Resistance. So they're not very creative, but I think that's intentional, and because of that, I actually give it credit. I think that's what they were going for, and I think that's good. You don't have to like everything. Some things are specifically designed for you to not like, or to be less exciting, and that lets the exciting things stand out more, like this. Like, that is a very well-designed character. I don't know we'll ever see her again, but that's very interesting. That's not generic. She's got the poofy. That's cool, and you got the little girl there, too. She's cute. And they're worried, they're scared, they're into this. There's very much action. There's a lot of action. There's these booms, these arcs, circles. It's intense. I do like this. Sonic comes down, they're all happy, saved them. Oh no, the robot's attacking again, and then, Amy Rose comes in and saves the day. We knew we were going to see her in this issue. She was teased in last issue. Whoever the villain is, was trying to get her and Sonic together, you remember. Not romantically. You leave that to the fans. Leave that to me, maybe. I don't care. Leave it to Ian Flynn. I don't think he has a shipping agenda. But if there was going to be a shipping, that would be his territory, since he is the writer. But get them together in order to defeat them both. So we knew she was going to show up. She shows up. Again, I'm not necessarily a big fan of the headphone cord out of the way of the, Sonic needs to be saved in his own book. Every once in a while. But, again, he's in danger, but he's not. This isn't death if Amy Rose hadn't shown up. This is just, he's not expecting this, and she comes and saves the day. That's fine. She's cute. She was glad to see him, and he's like, hey, I got to do my own thing. I got to save the world. I don't got time for fangirls. That's kind of the Sonic thing to do. And let's see here. Someone's outside my window. I'm trying not to be distracted. It's a family member. That is fine. So, I'm distracted again here. She's kind of embarrassed. She says, I've been looking all over for you. Don't leave. And he says, well, yeah, of course you've been looking all over for me. That's kind of your thing. And she says, no, but I actually need you for reasons. And he's like, no, I got other things to do. I'm not being selfish here. I gotta save the world. You guys will slow me down. No offense, but that's what's gonna happen. And he says, this is what happened last issue, is Tails told me that something's going on here. The Eggman robots were, they're more organized than usual. Someone is organizing them. Eggman's disappeared. We don't know who this is. I gotta go find out who it is, and I can't stick around and join the resistance, which again I'm not a big fan of. I'm sure Sonic he's not against it, just because it's from Sonic Forces. But he says, I gotta do my own thing. She's trying to convince him. And he's saying, no, I gotta do my own thing. She's saying, there's robots. They're attacking the city. He says, yeah, I know. We already took care of that. And she says, no, you don't get it. There's more of them. She and Amy run off. They're going to save them. She takes care of the, get the citizens, organizing. She's the Barack Obama of the series, apparently. She's the organizer, whatever you call those people. I'm just kidding. That's not what organizers do in a political sense, but community organizer. That's not what she is. She's an actual organizer. She's actually getting people together, not to stir up trouble politically, but to, well, that's going to get me in trouble, but to, organize them against the enemy. So Sonic's destroying stuff. That looks a lot like, um, not Nicole. Nicole is the AI. See, I know what I'm talking about, and catch me on the spot. Sally Acorn. That looks a lot like Sally Acorn to me. It's not, obviously, but Amy's organizing Sonic's fighting stuff. Amy's helping out, and they're gonna do the power couple thing here. I mean, they're not a couple necessarily, but they still got their power couple going on. They're gonna team up just like Sonic did with Tails in last issue. He's gonna boost with her. They're gonna go do some team up moves. Oh, I was gonna skip this page, but that's cute. I like that. He throws her up in the air. She spins with her hammer. More egg pawns. Catches her. That's really cute. Can I skip a couple pages? I don't know if I have to worry about copyright strike, but it's almost not a Zach LARP if I don't. So she's still trying to convince them. They're doing this. I was reading through this. This is almost like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing where they're. I haven't seen that movie in forever, but it's the whole lovers spat while they're still fighting stuff. They're arguing. Oh, but look behind you. Okay, hey, look, dead ahead. Go get that guy. So they're an action couple. Whether or not you want to see them as an actual couple or not, they've got the little lovers spat, and they're fighting off enemies at the same time. So they're teaming up, but they're kind of fighting. Sonic's saying, no, I have no way to get up there. They do another team up. Again, there's a lot of team up here. He spin dashes. She hits him with a hammer. Boom. That's good. See, I like his art. It's very actiony. You've got the mad arcs of just energy here. He's got that force field from running fast. It almost looks like he's going to hurt his nose, but that force field from just the speed and the force is what's knocking over the robots. A little cartoony. I don't know if he's just in the distance in the shadow, or if it almost looks like one of those ashen things. The cartoon character explodes and gotta shake it off. I would go for this either way. This is a fun, even if it's just supposed to be, comic book shadowed in the distance sort of thing. It still gives off that same cartoon effect. I don't want this book cartoony at the expense of action and fun and just good adventure. But if you're gonna put in a little bit of cartoony stuff here and there where it doesn't get in the way, I'm fine with that. She's sad because Sonic's gonna be going, but he does his samurai pose and he says, "It's what I do. Just keep moving, doing good, saving folks, and living as free as the wind. Living by my own way, my own way." And that's either a direct quote or a pseudo quote from his theme song in Sonic Adventure, which Ian Flynn is great. He'll sneak in references like this anywhere he can. I've said it before, not on YouTube. Ian Flynn is a fan. He writes as a fan. He's a skilled fan. He's a skilled writer, but he's also a fan, and it's his job, and he treats it as his job to become a fan of anything that he writes. And I would like to see much more of that in the industry. Don't take something and turn it into what you want it to be. Become a fan of what it already is, and write it as much. Write it in as much of it being what it is as you can. Write the most Sonic that you can. Write the most Spider-Man that you can. That's what Ian Flynn does. He's a geek. He's a fan. He's not got the taped up glasses. I'm not saying that, but he's into what he does and he loves it. He becomes a fan. He makes these little references all the time without making them out of place. So if you didn't know this was a reference, it wouldn't really stand out. And Ian is great with that, and I love him for it. yeah, he just does a way of making you feel like you're a part of something because you got that joke. And if you missed it, you don't even know you missed it. It's not forced. That's good. So, Sonic's saying he's a good, again, he's the roaming samurai. He lives life, what is it? As free as the wind. Um, and he is, and she likes that. She says, "You're right. That's what I love about you." He says, "Well, you can come with me if you want." She says, "I can't." Just like Tails, she doesn't say that, but just like Tails, she's got to stay behind. She's got to do her own thing. She's going to be mature enough. She wants to be with him, just like Tails does, for different reasons. He's Tails' older brother. He's Amy's love interest. I don't know that she's his love interest. Eventually, but he's free as the wind. He doesn't need a girl. Maybe he will eventually. I can fan ship them if I want to. That's fine. But he says, you can come with me. I don't dislike you. I just need to. I can't have people slowing me down. I've got responsibilities. And she says, no, I've got responsibilities too. Tails has responsibilities. Amy's got responsibilities. She's got to organize people against these armies. And so they're being mature. She's still Amy. Sonic Boom was a TV series that came out recently, and the characterization in that it's not Sonic, it's Sonic Boom. The characters don't look like Sonic characters. They don't. Mm, they resemble Sonic characters in their behavior to an extent, but not really. That is Sonic Boom is its own thing. It's a comedy. It Hmm. But it doesn't. The writers of that didn't become fans of the show to try to make the show as much Sonic as it can be. They turned it into their own thing. Amy Rose in that was the girl character. She didn't have the crush. She didn't have the fascination. She didn't have the love for Sonic. She was just the girl. So I'm glad to see in the comic they're bringing back her crush. She's all about him, and she should be, but they're making her her own person too. They're making her mature. I don't want them to make her too mature. She's got to have room to grow. They might be leaning a little too heavy on the maturity, but I'm okay with it. We'll see where it goes. Um, so he's teasing her, and she teases back. They're all good. He runs off, and he was whoever this is in the chair was expecting to get both of them. His escape last issue was as planned, but this was not. He was expecting to get both of them. So he's Orbot, Cubot, glad to have them back. They serve Eggman. This doesn't appear to be Eggman again. No belly bulging beyond the chair, but they serve whoever this is now instead of Eggman. That's fine. Eggman will be back too, I'm sure. But they're saying Knuckles is next time. Actually, Amy Rose, she pointed him. She said that Knuckles needed his help, and he was going to go see Knuckles next. So that's next issue. I don't know where it was on this page, if it was even on that page. But they're teasing. We know Knuckles is next issue, and we know these two villains, original villains, more original characters to this comic. I like them. We're going to be seeing them next issue, and that's a tease for next issue. Another alternate cover. You've got more of the. It's a little more chaotic than usual, but I like that running straight up here. Um, and you got the more traditional, but that's still a little, crazy, a little chaotic swirl to his feet. He's fast. And again, this isn't the connecting. This doesn't connect with this. It's not the main cover. Again, the covers connect, and that teaser is not the actual cover. It's an alternate cover, but it's still nice. It's still a teaser for what's to come. And then you've just got the letters again, got some cosplay, got some art, Amy Rose art that's timely for this issue, and got teaser alternate covers. I guess these are for this issue. That's for next issue, and that is alternate for, the issue following. Okay. Blaze the Cat's coming back then. That's good. More IDW stuff you should buy. According to IDW, I'm not recommending or not recommending. That's it. Buy a Goosebumps thing, buy some Rose Tico. Send that to Ethan Van Skyver. I'm sure he'll read it. Hera's good, but when they're putting anything that Disney Star Wars touches, anything past Star Wars Rebels is tainted, in my opinion. If you include any of these characters, I'm out. Maybe that's bad of me, but I don't want to use an analogy. Um, you put something dirty in a bowl of soup, you don't just ignore the dirty part and eat the rest of the soup. The whole soup is bad. So that's my opinion. I'm glad people are finally. I thought everyone was against me on Star Wars, but I'm finding a lot of people not coming around to my opinion. Not that I was right first, but I'm finding more people were of the same opinion as I am regarding Star Wars. And that's good to know. But I'm sorry, tangent. I'm the king of tangents. That's issue number 2. I like it. I'm looking forward to the next one. Again, they brought Ian Flynn. They brought on people from the Archie book that they were the people that we liked, that I liked anyway. And IDW is doing this right. Ian Flynn is telling good stories, just like he always does. He's not forcing politics in it. He himself has said, you know, he has politics, he has political views, but fun action stories about anthropomorphic hedgehogs are not the place to be discussing that and trying to convince people of it. So I super respect him for that. I think he's a good guy. He's a good writer. There's no one I'd rather have on this book than him. Go pick it up. Issue 1, issue 2 out, issue 3 next week. We'll see. Even for my own sake, even if people aren't watching these videos, I might keep making them for my own, just for my own fun. It's fun to talk, fun to cosplay. LARP as I'm not cosplayed as him. I don't have his nice nails. But yeah, LARP as your boy Zach is good. So go get this. I recommend it, and we'll talk to you guys later. Even if you guys is just me. Thanks. Leave a comment. Bye.